Hello there. Hello, and welcome to a new series. I'm Destruction Dan, and I'm today going to be taking apart something. It's not a human, although I wish it was, to be fair. No, it is in fact a Sega Game Gear games console, which was released roughly about the same time as the good old Game Boy, but unfortunately, it was a bit crap, and so it didn't do well. This one is deceased. It has been recapped 4 or 5 times. It still doesn't work. So I'm not destroying anything that's working, nor am I destroying it. I'm merely taking it apart by the use of screwdrivers and things. So first of all, we take off the thing on the backs so we can access the screws inside. Now, I'm going to have to change camera angles for this because, and also as well, I don't really realise it, but look, everything's still the wrong way around, even though it should be the right way around. I thought, no, well, never mind. So let's go to the new camera angle, and you can see, yes, I mentioned I destroy things. I'm not really good at repairing things. I can destroy things very well. This is a new show, so just bear with us while we get the camera angle sorted. Oh, I'm so funny. Right then, so now you can see the actual console, and we're going to take it apart. So first off, we undo the screws. Hello, Infinity Louis, you were my first ever communicator. I didn't think this had a screw in there. So, what is inside a Game Gear? There's only one way to find out. Fight! I also realised as well I'm doing the wrong voice. I'm trying to be someone I'm not. So, let's change it. We've just got to rip this thing apart now. I'm done doing the screws. And see what's inside the blinking thing. These screws are harder than what they look. So, there we go. There we go. Is it out? Is it out? Yes, it is. So we nearly took the back off now. Brand new show here on Techie TV. Let's take things apart, it's called. I don't think I've done all this. Oh, I've not done the screw inside there. It's ironic because that's the one I mentioned first. So what's inside a Game Gear? Game Gear was backlit. Well, still is if they're working. Backlit, and also had a thingamabobbing as well. Right, let's just take this out. The screws come out. There we go. See the screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's still some in there. Yep, that one's still in there. We shall move that out. Get it out. Get it. And then that one as well. Destruction Dan. Doing a very delicate job here of taking this thing apart. There is a screw there which is not the normal screw. You can see that or not, but it's a different kind of screw. So instead we shall just snap it in off. There you go. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what is inside the Sega Game Gear. So we have the screen, we have the controller, we have a heatsink. It's where the cartridge goes in. It's a cartridge slot. The cartridge goes in that. And you. Right, it's all a bit confusing because it's got these wires here that are holding it together. So we'll take these out. Take that off. Take that off. And take that off. And we can dismantle one at a time. I like ripping things apart. I316, Candyman. Destruction Dan here. Just delicately taking apart Sega Game Gear. There we go. So now we've got the two halves. So we've got the front half of the screen, still attached. We've got the back half, which is where the battery compartments are. battery compartments, and of course the bit where the cartridge goes in. I should be able to take that off. So we can do that now. Little screws. Enjoy a little screw. And another one. So, yes, I've got a new PC to put the bits in. That's fine. I'm using the extra RAM as well. Use a hammer most of the time. Yes, we don't do that here. We do things correctly and properly. I'm using a screwdriver. And I'm going to get the thing apart. Sorry. So that's the, I don't know what that is, the heat thing. Seat thing. We'll put that up there for now. So there, let's just reveal the piece of plastic. Interestingly, the plastic itself is actually grey. So it's actually been painted to be that colour. Unless there's two lots of plastic there. No, it hasn't. It has been painted. Or is this? Yes, it has. It's been painted. So there you go. So now we've got, what have we got there? We've got a circuit board, which is the one for the power. So we can take that apart. There you go. And then we've got another one there. Interestingly, the power. I was thinking battery things are well made and everything. There you go. That's the bit where you plugged in the power, and you've got the volume control there. Oh, it's a jack plug. Sorry, it was a jack plug for the speakers. You got a couple of capacitors. Now these are the things that normally go, these capacitors, and then people replace them. I can't do that, so I'm just taking it apart. But it has been recapacitated before. So we've got that bit there, so we'll put that there. Put the screws. I don't want to lose these screws. Otherwise, what am I going to make my new PC with? Put them screws on there. Right, interestingly enough though, if you have a look at the battery parts, you've generally got, when you've got three like this, you've generally got two that are connected together. Now we can see that, I know, two connected together with a separate one there. And the power basically goes, because there's two connected here and a separate one there, so the power goes like that, and that builds up the power. But on the inside, you see we've got this wire, which links the two battery packs together, so that you get the 6 batteries all working the same way. So you learn something new every day with my show. This is why they took me on here at Taki TV. So that's beautiful. Right, now on the other side, we have actually got the power unit. You can tell that because there's a lot more capacitors and whatnot there. So we'll do that. There we go. So, by the way, we will be playing probably Spider-Man later. I say we, it'll be Gaming Gerald who'll be playing that here on Taki TV live. Alright, take that bit off there. I don't know what that was, but oh, there we go. Right, you see now that this is actually connected to one of those aforementioned things I was referring to there. In fact, you've actually got them attached. So they're the contacts there for the batteries. So they're the initial in and the initial out, or positive and negative, and they go on the circuit board. Obviously, they're negated if you're plugging in the mains adapter, and that's you turning on and off. You've got all the capacitors and everything there. Don't bring your hammer, candy man. So there you go. So that's that bit. We'll put that on there. There we go. And that's pretty much that part exhausted. There's not much left on that part now. We'll put that to one side. Now we've got the good stuff. Look at that beauty. Basically, circuit board. That there is the reader for the cards. So when you put the card in, which goes in that way, the card goes in that way, and that's where all the information is transferred across. It's got a date on it as well, 26th of the 10/28. So it was made in 2028, even though that's not happened yet. Move these screws out of the way before I lose them and end up in my lunch. So there you go. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this circuit board off. This is a massive circuit board. Set the heat sinks off first. Interestingly there, I don't know if you can see or not, we've actually got some Japanese writing embossed. You can see it or not on the camera, but that there is Japanese writing. We like the Japanese because they write in Japanese, which is much better than the Welshes. So, you know, let visit in Wales. So we're all dyslexic in Wales. Right, that's one screw there, one screw there. So I'm taking this apart. Camera angles I will improve as we go further on. I will be dismantling other things in the near future. So there we go. That goes off there, put it up there out of the way. So that is a massive, oh, that is the screen I'm taking out. I'm actually taking the screen out at the moment. See, we've got a rubber plug there and a rubber plug there as well, which should in theory pull out. Take the tape off. Take that. So the plug itself should just unplug. Oh, actually I've just broke the backlight. That's your backlight, which actually is smashed. I don't think I've done that because I didn't hear it go crunch. So it's a backlight, which is gone. That's what eats your batteries. There's a little light, little bulb in there. There's another bulb there that you can actually see. So that's how the backlight worked. Oh, I've just brought the soldering of that. Get another little capacitor there as well on this wire. So that's for your power. Should be able to take these cables off as well. Clear it. No, they're wired in. So let's destroying it. Oh, my little switch has fallen off as well. That was your main on-off switch has come off. So apologies if you were a fan of that switch. So let's undo this screw here. We should be able to take the screen off then, in theory. I'm saving all these screws, obviously. It'd be dangerous not to. There's a screw shortage in Gibraltar, so we'll be sending these off to Gibraltar. There we go. Right. Now I always joke that when I take things apart, oh, there you go. So that it's just basically a mirror, and that mirror is used to reflect the light which went. I'm learning this as I go along, by the way. I don't know this. So that went in there, and then the light shone in there, reflected out, and that's what gives you your backlit screen, which is quite clever, really, if you think about it. Don't think about it too much, though, because life's too short. Attention, warning, hot spanning, high voltage, danger, danger, high voltage. Right, so that means that there is the actual screen, but we can't get to that yet because we've still got the connector for the games in the way here, so we need to sort that out. So we will do this screw here. There's that screw, which is the same screw as one. Oh, it's a big screw on that one. And in theory, this should just pop out, but I don't think it will. I think it's soldered in. Yes, it is soldered in, so it's not coming out. So let's see what else we can take off here. We've got more screws. So we've got a screw there. Again, more capacitors. These are the things that break. Normally they leak, but like I said, oh, I've just snapped that one. These have been, these ones have been replaced at some point and still don't work. So we're now taking these screws out, which should reveal the screen and also the controls for the joypad area. Come on, out you come. There we go. And one here. Come on, get out. Sorry. Keep me told to stay calm while I'm doing this. Right, we've also got the speaker as well. So I think that's all the screws that are holding the motherboard in. Oh no, I see another one. So another screw under here. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. I'm destroying a Game Gear. That's all you need to know. There we go. Get that screw in there then. Right then. Unless I can't see the screen. There we go. So that's all the screws out. This should now slide out, which it does. And there we go. Let's look at this first. So this is the actual base unit. There is a small battery there. Or is that a speaker? No, that's a speaker. So that there is the magnet for the speaker. To prove it's a magnet, I'll put that on it and it should stick. There you go. So that's the magnet for the speaker. There's your D-pad. D-pad. Let's come out of it. And you've also got the buttons as well. Again, standard. If you've ever took a controller apart, they are very much the same. I.e., you've got the button, the ones at the front, which you press, and then you've got the little contact with the carbon that when you press it, it presses down, and that's what, it's like a nipple, doesn't it? That's what makes the, I think they're called nipples actually, to be fair. That's what makes the actual controller respond, or the computer respond whilst you are playing a game. So we'll put that over there. We'll take all these out, we don't want to lose them. Oh, that's the on-off. No, it's not. What's that? What was that one? That one was the start button. Start button being slightly blue. The start button. And of course, we've got the A and B buttons, all with the little nipple bit. And there. Put these over here. Right then. So next up, we've actually got the lens and the screen. Now this is quite well stuck in, so I don't think this will actually come out. Yes, it will. The rubber there just peels off. Take that off. That there. And then this should pop out. Technically it doesn't, but it should. Oh, that's a power light, so there'll be an LED for that. Now I think we've exhausted everything we can do with that. So that's your top taken apart. Let's have a look at the innards. So that is your screen. That's actually your screen. It's very thin, isn't it? I think flat screen TVs are recent. I mean, this was in the early 90s. So very impressive, not mid 90s. Very impressive that. And then, oh, the capacitor's fallen off. Don't tell anyone, it's fine. What else have we got that we can take off? Well, we can have a look around because we've got the LED light, which is for the power, which is there. So your power on off light is that light there. And you've got your chips, a couple of other things there which you can't flick. It might be for language or something. No, they're just capacitors again. It says on here, made in Japan, code number 219-06166. That's what it says there. And I don't think I can take anything else apart. I think that is it. So there you go. In 20 minutes, we've successfully taken apart Sega Game Gear. And there it is. You ever watched the TV show where they put things back together again and that's how it starts? Well, come on then, James May. Put that back together again. If you want to see me dismantle anything else in the future, just let me know. Until then, Well, that's great. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.